everybody, thanks for stopping by my channel. I'm Danielle Araka and I'm here to talk to you. So today, this is going to be a pretty long video. I wanted to do a full face makeup tutorial for beginners step by step. So for those of you just starting out playing around with makeup, you can learn how to achieve this look. Not really just the look, it's just the techniques and some tips and tricks that I picked up along the way that I wanted to share with you guys. So welcome to my channel. I do beauty, reviews, hauls, all kinds of stuff. So make sure you hit the subscribe button if you like what you see, and stay tuned, and we are going to get started. Okay, everybody, I think we should hop into it because it might be a pretty super lengthy video. Starting from the beginning, since this is a full face makeup tutorial for beginners, step by step, wash your face. That's the first step. I washed my face and I put on a moisturizer. What I like to do after using a moisturizer is I like to prime my face. The one that I'm going to use today is the Colourpop All-Star Matte and Blur Primer. So we're going to start with this, and you are going to take this. I like to just rub it in my hands, and then you're going to put it all over your face. Another thing that we're going to do in this video, so I am going to do my face first. Make sure you get under your eyes too. I always put it on top of my eyes. I just put it everywhere. You can go down on your neck. Make sure you rub up because gravity pulls you down. So like I was saying, I am going to do my face first. A lot of people like to do their eyeshadow first. I've just never got on that bandwagon. Next we're going to do is the foundation. So I'm going to go in with my Colourpop No Filter Liquid Foundation. You can use a brush or a beauty blender. Today I am going to use a beauty blender, and what I like to do is I like to spray my beauty blender first. Don't overspray it, just kind of put a little, okay? I find that when you wet your sponge, it helps blend out your makeup a little bit easier, and same goes for a brush. I always take it on my fingers. You can apply it however you want. You can put it on the back of your hand. I just dot directly on my face because I know how much product I usually like to use. So you're gonna take your beauty blender or your brush and you're just gonna use medium pressure and just bounce. Go kind of quick. Make sure you don't forget about your hairline. This is why I like to do my foundation first, because I like extra coverage on my eyelids. I feel like it holds the eyeshadow better. Make sure you get all around your nose, get your ears. I like to kind of swirl it in there, brush it up into my hairline, drag it down on your jawline so you don't have a line of demarcation. You want everything to look blended out as much as possible. When you're all blended out, then the next step is concealer. The concealer that I'm gonna use today is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filtr Concealer. So concealer is meant to hide dark circles under your eyes, any imperfections that you think that you may have. My skin is pretty clear for the most part. I like to use concealer as a little bit more coverage on top of my foundation under my eyes, and for me around my nose. So we're gonna take the concealer and put it where you see fit. You can use it also as a highlighter. So this one is like maybe a shade or two lighter than my foundation. So I like to take a little bit under my eyes like this. You don't need to go too crazy. So for me, I get on the corners of my nose because that's where I tend to lose product the most during the day. I'll even take it sometimes under my nose it just works for me. So you need to find what works for you. I'll put a little down here for like a highlight. Same with the bridge of my nose. So once you have your concealer on, you can take that same beauty blender and just, I'll start down here, just press it into the face like you would your foundation. Okay, so now when you're all blended out for your concealer, this is where people use setting powder to set their concealer. This keeps it locked in place all day. It will not make you crease under your eyes. The one I'm gonna use today is from Laura Mercier, and this is the translucent setting powder. You're gonna just put it in to the cap where the product is and maybe pick up about like that much. And you're gonna place it and push it where you put your concealer. So now that our concealer is set with the setting powder, the next step would be contour and bronzer. So for contour, I personally like, again, the foundation stick I was talking about from Colourpop. I buy another one in the shade Dark 177C, and I use this as my contour. You could take powder, you can do both, you can take cream, you can do whatever you want to do. I like a little bit of contour on the sides of my temples, so I will put a line here, a line here. You can do lines. Some people will do circles and blend it out. Some people will do lines and blend it out. So when you are doing a line, you want to take it a little bit. So my cheekbone is about right here. So I always take it a little bit farther down and draw a line out. So you're gonna take your beauty blender and you're just gonna blend it into your skin. I'm not a big nose contour person. I'll do it sometimes. I'm not gonna do it in this video. Maybe I'll do a separate video about contour in general. See, so it looks nice and blended. You're gonna take a contour brush. I believe I got this at Ulta. So this is the Marc Jacobs Tantastic 104 bronzer. This is what it looks like. It's got this big pan and a nice mirror, so we're gonna use this one today. It's a little bit pricey. So you take your contour brush, pat it in the pan, tap off the excess, and then again, go over what you just did with your contour. And then I also take a bigger fluffy brush, and I really like this. I think this is a blush brush, but I use it for bronzer. This is from Real Techniques as well. You can pick it up at Ulta. And I like to use this and get my neck. Next, I'm gonna do my blush. A blush that I have been really liking is from the Balm Cosmetics. And I have another video that I'll link below where I'm doing a Balm Cosmetics haul, and you can see all the products I picked up from there. But so this is the Balm Beach blush, and I think it's in the shade Warm It Up. I smile so you can see where your natural cheeks are. I always put a little bit under my nose. Okay. So now that our face is looking alive, now we're gonna move on to the eyes and the eyebrows. Take a eye primer. So a primer works kind of like a concealer on your face, only it's for your eyes and it's to hold your eyeshadow in place. You can do whatever works for you. You can use foundation as your primer. You can use concealer as your eye primer. Today I am gonna use the Fenty Beauty Pro Filtr eye primer. So you just put it on your eyes with the applicator, and I go all the way up under my eyebrow. I take my finger and I pat it in. And then the palette that I'm gonna use today, just because I feel like it's really versatile, you can use different colors than what I'm using. I'm just gonna teach you how the easiest way to apply your eyeshadow and where to apply it, and then you can use different colors for whatever you want to create different looks. So like I said, I'm using the Jaclyn Hill palette. This is what it looks like. I like to start, you can start with your transition shade, you can start with the crease, you can start in the corners. You're gonna take a fluffy brush. This is the Jeffree Star and Morphe collaboration. This is the JS5. And I'm gonna go in with this light color up here. It's the third one in. You can see I really like that color. It's almost gone. Another one that's close to that is this one right next to it. So if I find I don't have enough, I'll go into the shade next to it and put it under your brow bone. Okay, so now that my transition shade is on, I'm gonna work in my crease now. So I'm gonna be taking this Morphe bullet crease brush, and this is the Morphe 321. I'm gonna take a darker shade and put it in my crease, and then my lid is going to be a lighter shade. I'm actually going to be taking the darker shade in my crease and then a little bit on the corner. Okay, so this is Jax. So the shade Jax right here, I'm going to take my bullet crease brush and I'm going to start at the corner. And a trick that you guys can do, which I even still do, and I'm not a beginner, it works really well. If you take like a tiny pencil brush or like an eyeliner and tilt it up to where it has a natural line, and you can use that as your marker point to start doing your eye makeup. So you would hold it, see, and it stops the eyeshadow from going any further, and it creates like a triangle effect. So you can take it and then go up into your crease. Now I have hooded eyes, which means that this skin right here is like, I guess, fattier than my eyelid. So when I open my eyes, see, you can't really see the color. So what I personally do, since I have hooded eyes, is I take the color up a little bit higher onto my brow bone. And if you guys want me to do a tutorial on hooded eyes, let me know and I will do that for you. So, but just keep in mind, that's why I'm personally going a little bit higher with my color, is because I do have hooded eyes. So next, I'm gonna take that transition shade again and blend out a little bit more of this red. So now that I blended out a little bit more of my transition shade to my crease, now I'm gonna take my lid shade. I'm gonna go in with the shade Hunts. It's this red color above Jax that we used for the crease, and I'm gonna use that all over my lid. So for me, I like to take eyeshadow under my lower lash line. It's just been something I started doing a few years ago, and now I can't live without not doing it. So I'm going in with an edged brush, and we're gonna take that darker red Jax shade, and I take it right under my eyelashes, and I literally place the brush and then I turn my head. I don't even move the brush. You don't have to go all the way to the other end if you don't want. You can put another color there. If you want, you can put a lighter shade in the corner here. Will make your eyes look a little bit bigger. Same with on the top of the lid if you put a lighter shade in the corner. And then I'm gonna take a black eyeliner. You can do brown, you can do colors, you can do whatever you want, but for the purpose of this video and how I like to do my makeup, I'm gonna take a black eyeliner pencil. The eyeliner that I am obsessed with, and I probably have like 10 of these in my makeup kit, is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in the shade 0. What I like to do, and if you're squeamish, you don't need to do this, but I will take the eyeliner in my waterline up in the top. I'll do this off camera just so you don't have to stare at my eyeballs, but I'm gonna do the eyeliner up in the top and then I do it in the bottom waterline. So I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I did my eyeliner in the top and bottom of my waterline. So next step is mascara. This is the Milk Makeup Kush mascara. And a trick for mascara that I learned a really long time ago, take a small mirror, and I'm gonna use the Anastasia brow powder duo because I'm gonna use this for my eyebrows, but I really like this mirror that's in here. And what you can do to easily put on your mascara, and you look over top of it and do your mascara that way, you can really get the wand up under your lashes and drag up. So just do that to both of your eyes, and I will meet you back here and do the eyebrows. Okay, so I did my top lashes, and then you can do your bottom lashes. So just look down. Okay, so moving on to eyebrows, which is probably the most difficult for me. I'm taking the Anastasia brow powder duo, and I'm in the shade dark brown. What I do to do my eyebrows is, I feel like this brush has really saved my life. It's called the Luxie 215 small angle brush. For me personally, I will take the dark side and do the tail. For the end of your iris, the colored part of your eye, you take a brush and you go up. That's where your natural arch should be. So I start my tail here, and then I drag the powder down. And again, if you were to take your brush and tilt it upwards from where your bottom lash line goes up, that's where your tail should stop. So what I'll do is I'll take the brush into the dark part, and I will start it at my arch, and I will drag down. So there's a lot of different techniques you can do to do your eyebrows. Some people will line starting from the beginning and do the arch and go down. Some people will draw a line and start at the top. For me, I find that this works better, especially since I haven't gotten my eyebrows done in a while, but I still know where my lines start and end. It's just easier for me to do it this way, but again, you do whatever works for you. So I'm just taking it and I am dragging it to the very end. I like my tail to be darker than the rest of my eyebrow. I think it gives my face a little bit more of a definition. I just have always done it that way. So again, I'm doing the same thing to the other side. So I'm gonna go in with the light shade on my brush, and I'm gonna start kind of flicking the powder onto my hairs while kind of following its natural curve and filling in the sparseness. And again, this video is already so long, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish my brows and then come back and I'll show you what I do after I have my brows done. Okay, you guys, so I have my eyebrows done. So what I like to do after I do my brows, so this is from Colourpop. This is called the Brow Boss Gel. You can use any brow gel that you want. So this one is clear, but you just take it and you can actually use brow gel before or after your eyebrow, however you do your eyebrows. I like to do it after just because I feel like it makes it look like it has more texture to it, if that makes any sense at all. It just gives my brows more of a definition and like a textured look, and it also holds the brow powder in place. So if you look at this one that I just did compared to this one, you'll see that this one just still kind of looks dark and maybe a tad bit messy, whereas this one looks feathered and like completed. Isn't that like the weirdest thing? And all I'm doing is literally just kind of taking the gel and following it up around my eyebrows and going down to the tail. And you can take your finger at the end and kind of like maneuver it where you want it to go. See? And it just, I feel like it looks 10 times better than what it just did. It's the weirdest thing. This stuff is so magical. And then another way that you guys can clean up around your eyebrows is you can take some concealer or foundation and put it on an edge brush and, you know, just kind of clean up the edges if you want it to look very like defined and pristine and clean. But next, then you're just gonna throw on a lip. Since I did red and kind of an orange, you can put on a lip that has a little bit of like a reddish orange tint. You can do a nude, which I preferably usually like to do. I think I'm gonna take this color. This is from the Balm Cosmetics. This is the Balm Jour. This is the creamy lip stain in the shade Konnichiwa. If you want to accentuate your lips, you can use a lip pencil, and I would suggest overdrawing your top lip. Some people like to overdraw their bottom. It really just depends on your lip shape and what it is you're trying to achieve. If your top lip is thinner and you want a little bit more of a fuller lip, I would overdraw your top lip. If your bottom lip is a little bit more thinner, I would overdraw your bottom lip. You just have to play around. So for me, I like to get all the way up to where my arch is of my lip, my Cupid's bow. If you want more definition to your lips, you can throw on a gloss. You can do a darker shade in the corners. You can do a lighter shade in the center of your lips. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry it was super long. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment, ask those questions. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Leave me comments and questions below. And thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.